Tokyo, 2025. A thriving, relentless metropolis of 37 million souls. A neon-lit concrete jungle where the bleeding edge of tomorrow collides with the sacred echoes of tradition. Sleek, silver Shinkansen bullet trains glide with magnetic elegance across complex, multi-tiered concrete overpasses that weave through skyscrapers like structural ribbons. Massive, three-dimensional holographic ads pulse over the streets. A giant neon pink pop idol dances above a building. A colossal, hyper-realistic soda can pours endless fizz into a simulated glass. Down below, the Shibuya Scramble is an absolute sea of humanity. Thousands of pedestrians crossing in dizzying, perfect, algorithmic synchronicity. Here, beneath the shadow of Mount Fuji, every crowded street corner hides a secret. Every alleyway harbors ambition, and one young man stands on the precipice of a destiny that will shake the very foundations of. An ordinary, dented aluminum ladder slams directly into the camera lens, freezing the frame for a split second before the ladder clatters away into a pile of shattered wood, loose bricks, and scattered tools. First, we pass a row of parked student bicycles. They have been knocked over like dominoes, 5 of them tangled up together with bent spokes and popped chains. Next, on the second floor, a double-paned glass window of a faculty office is completely shattered. A heavy plastic bucket of soapy window cleaner fluid has been shoved straight through it, splashing suds all over the interior office ceiling. Finally, Ren Kuroi's. He boasts a lean, muscular frame and broad shoulders that look like they belong to an action hero. But his posture right now is pure, uncoordinated idiot. He is tangled up in the straps of his own heavy school backpack, one leg caught in a row plastic recycling bin, and his arms flailed out completely wide as he faceplants hard into a decorative bush. He isn't strong, he is just phenomenally clumsy. Yeah, okay, let's dial it back a bit. Let's just completely disregard everything I just said about destiny. This is Ren. He's 18 years old. He doesn't have superpowers. He doesn't have a magical bloodline. Honestly, he barely has enough coordination to walk a straight line while wearing headphones.
Ow! Damn it! Who puts a loose cobblestone right in the middle of a walking path? That's a serious safety hazard. The student council is going to hear about this.
He looks up at the tangled pile of student bicycles, then winces as his eyes travel further up to the shattered second-story window of the main building.
Uh-oh. Please tell me that wasn't the faculty lounge?
Suddenly, the shattered window frame frames a furious figure. Vice Principal Tanaka, 40s, wearing a tight, sweat-stained business suit covered in wet soap suds, leans completely out of the broken window, coughing violently. A prominent purple vein is throbbing on his temple.
Kuroas!
Ren flinches, dropping into a deeply mortified, sheepish stance, scratching the back of his neck.
Sensei, I swear it was an accident. I just tripped.
An accident? You tripped over a single cobblestone, stumbled into the janitor's ladder, which knocked the window washing bucket, which launched a loose garden brick straight through my office window. How do you even logistically achieve that, Kuroas?
Sir, it's a simple matter of kinetic transfer and bad geometry. If the ladder wasn't angled...
Silence! That is the 3rd window this week, and those bicycles belonged to the entire math department. Get out of here before I suspend you until graduation.
Ren is an ordinary guy with 0 special abilities, but his luck, his spatial awareness, absolutely sub-zero. If you stand within a 50-yard radius of him when he's distracted, just make sure your health insurance premiums are fully paid up. Later in the evening, the sun is dipping below the horizon, bleeding a deep golden-orange hue across a quiet, upscale residential neighborhood. Ren walks down a narrow street. He has his black over-ear headphones resting casually around his neck, hands buried deep in his cargo jogger pockets. He is walking at a snail's pace, totally drained from the scolding he just took at the main building. Despite being a completely regular, clumsy teen, his internal thoughts are ridiculously dramatic.
The time is exactly 17:15. The sun is currently setting at an angle of 45 degrees, effectively blinding my potential adversaries. My reputation at school is entirely ruined, but if I execute the next phase of this afternoon with absolute surgical precision, I can still save my Tuesday. There it is, the asset. If I jog across the street right now, I will bypass the automatic sliding doors before the middle school kendo club kids arrive and buy out the inventory. My objective? The very last limited edition extra spicy pork bun. My sad, scolded stomach demands it.
Ren closes his eyes, nodding to himself with immense pride.
Once the pork bun is secured, I go straight home. No distractions. I will play video games for 3 hours, ignore my homework, and blame lag for every single time I lose. It is a foolproof plan. Absolutely nothing in this known universe could possibly derail my...
Ren's internal monologue cuts off mid-sentence. His eyes, previously locked onto the Family Mart, suddenly twitch to the left. A soft, melodic burst of laughter echoes from the sidewalk just outside the convenience store. 3 high school girls from the neighboring academy are walking past, chatting animatedly. One of them, a girl with a high ponytail,
Oh, sweet mother of tactical distractions! Look at that coordination! Look at the absolute aerodynamic perfection of those pleated skirts! And the girl in the blazer, those thigh-high socks are creating a flawless, mathematically divine Zettai Ryoki, absolute territory between the hemline and the nylon.
Forget the gaming, forget the cookies. If I position myself at a precise walking trajectory right behind them, the wind resistance generated by my stride might cause a subtle, perfectly natural draft. A gentleman never takes a peek on purpose, but if the laws of physics demand a sudden gust of wind, who am I to argue with science? I am just a humble observer of nature's beauty.
and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the chosen savior of our story, a man so profoundly distracted by a pair of socks that he has entirely lost custody of his remaining 2 brain cells. Still completely captivated by the girls, Ren blindly steps off the concrete curb and directly onto the asphalt of the 2-lane road. A deafening, soul-shattering air horn blasts through the twilight air. Ren's ears ring. The saxophone music shatters like glass. He snaps his head forward just in time to see 2 blinding, colossal halogen headlights illuminating his face with the intensity of a dying star. It is a massive, chrome-grilled, white Isuzu delivery truck. Truck Kun has arrived. The tires screech violently against the pavement, leaving thick black streaks of burning rubber, but the momentum is unstoppable. The grill of the truck looms over him like the jaws of a mechanical beast.